Hi everyone, I'm Chaos ASMR, and I hope this video finds you doing well. We're living in troubling times. Troubling times indeed, wouldn't you agree? In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 individuals that had such an impact on me personally growing up, and I think as we continue to make our way, find our paths in this crazy world we're currently living in, this world would be much better with these people in it. But before we get to the list, I want you, to go down into the comments and leave your personal list. Who are some people you think the world would be better off with rather than without? Who passed too soon? Number 1 on my list is Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter. Steve Irwin had just infectious enthusiasm and passion for everything that he did involving wildlife. Now, whether it be his close-up encounters and literally wrestling crocodiles in the water, or his approach to conservation, he just spoke with such passion that really shined through. The guy just radiates authenticity when he speaks, and I think that's a really admirable quality to have. There will never be anyone like him. Now, he met a very untimely passing in 2006 when he was stung by a stingray, but I gotta say, he died doing what he loved. I've even seen interviews with Steve Irwin where people ask him about money, and he says, with all the money in the world, what good is money gonna do me? I'm gonna help nature, I'm gonna help animals, and use all my money to buy wildlife conservations. And I believe him, and that's really inspiring to me. Now, number 2 might be a little bit controversial, depending on how you ask, but it is Mr. Fred Rogers of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. To me, he represents a beacon of kindness and compassion in a world of chaos. Throughout the course of his TV show, he gave so many heartfelt lessons about empathy, compassion, and just truly being yourself. You're special just the way you are, and there's no one like you, is what he used to say. He believed so strongly in the power of imagination and creativity, and he loved to foster positive change in individuals and communities. And not to mention his commitment to addressing social issues such as acceptance, diversity, and self-love. He passed in 2003, and you know what? Over the course of his life, I think he left a pretty good legacy for generations to come. Number 3, Robin Williams. Now, kind of like Steve Irwin, Robin Williams just had infectious energy in anything that he did, whether it was his stand-up comedy or his acting in TV and film, or even his voice acting was absolutely grade A superb. Now, we all know that he mostly played in comedic roles, but if you looked through the cracks, he actually showed a lot of depth and vulnerability in some of the roles that he played. He was a very diverse actor. His passing in 2014 was a tragic loss. I remember this one, and it was just so sad to hear that such a light in the world had been put out. Number 4 is Bob Ross. Bob Ross, perhaps a pioneer or the king of ASMR himself, was an amazing painter, a really good painter who tended to focus on painting scenery, mountainscapes, changing of the seasons, and so on. Dude is just an icon of tranquility, relaxation and creativity. You know, he used to say, there are no mistakes, just happy little accidents. He just had such a positive outlook on everything, and, you know, I really appreciate that. I've learned a lot from him. And through his show, you know, he inspired so many people to pick up painting, you know, expressing their creativity through an outlet that ultimately improved their lives. I mean, even to this day, you know, I don't even paint, right? But I watch Bob Ross videos on a semi-regular basis just because his allure, his demeanor is just so relaxed. He just makes you feel like, you know what, whatever you got going on, everything's gonna be okay. And so, despite passing in 1995, his legacy, you know, continues on and on to this day. The videos on YouTube clipped from his show still are so popular to this day, and for good reason. And now we get to number 5, which is Harambe. I don't know about you, but when Harambe the gorilla was killed, something shifted. You know what I'm saying? We entered a little bit darker shade in the world. A little bit down into the depths, into a little bit of darkness. Now, I'm just joking, of course, but there is a little bit of truth to what I'm saying. I mean, didn't things start to feel a little bit weird right around that time? I think what all of these people have in common is their ability to make you feel like everything is going to be okay, you know, and not distract you, but more like just give off a sense, a subliminal message that, look, everything is going to be okay. You can relax. I find that a really admirable quality to have a calming and reassuring presence, and to be so filled with boundless passion that you just have to share, and mastering your craft, whether it be painting, hunting crocodiles, inspiring children, acting. We need more of that, I think. I think the world today is very polarized. I think there's a lot of issues that need to be addressed, not by you and I. I'm talking about by the reptilian overlords that own our world. You know, just so much negativity, both in person and online. And I'm not trying to be a bummer here. This is meant to uplift. But one of my goals, truly, in life is to have a similar impact that these people did. Myself, whether it be to you, to my children. I don't have children, I'm talking about in the future. Or people I know, my friends, my family, to be that calming presence, to be that beacon of hope, to instill a sense of everything's gonna be okay, you can relax, just do you and do you the absolute best that you can. So that's all. That's my list. Again, leave your list in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I thank you for being here. I'm Chaos ASMR, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.